Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome to another video. At the time of recording this, it is December 2022. We're pretty much going into the next year. And this year, in 2022, I spent about 3 months and a half in total in Italy. I went in February and then I went back again in July and August, and then left in September. Usually when I go to Italy, I stay in the northern region. I stay there because at this point it feels like a second home to me. The last couple of years I've been spending a lot of time there. That being said, this year in September I had the opportunity to go back to Naples. Naples is a very special place for me, and I hadn't been back there since 2019. So I knew that my time was running out in the northern part of Italy. I knew that I had to go to Naples. And so the last week of August, right before leaving to Naples, I decided that I would see some places that I hadn't seen before. So I had never been to Verona, even though I've been to Venice. And I had never been to Modena, that is where today's video takes place. And I had never been to Bologna, and I had never seen Parma. These are all places where I have friends, where I know people, and I'd never gone out there. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna take 4 days and I am going to visit these places. And more importantly, I'm going to visit my friends who live in those areas. So early Sunday morning, a week before going to Naples, I hopped on the train and I went to Verona. I was going to make a video about my time there, but honestly, my heart wasn't in photography on that particular day. I was hanging out with two friends and they were so amazing. They took me all around, showed me Verona. We only had 4 or 5 hours. If you are into William Shakespeare, or if you love Romeo and Juliet, then you definitely have to go to Verona. So I hopped on the 5:15 train PM, and I went to Modena. Modena is the land of Ferrari, and it is where today's video takes place. It also happens to be the city or the place where Elena lives. And so you guys have seen Elena in previous episodes. I had told her, listen, I've never seen Parma, I've never seen Bologna, I would like to see them both. And she said, why don't you come to Modena? And so I went to Modena. We had dinner on Sunday night, and we kind of made plans for the next couple of days. And the plan for Monday was that she would go to work during the day, and then after work we would meet in Modena at the train station, and we would go to Bologna. So what that meant, or what it means for today's episode, is that on Monday morning when I woke up, I knew that I had the first half of the day to just do whatever I wanted. I could either just chill and sleep in and hang out in the Airbnb, or I could walk around and explore Modena. I decided that I would keep things simple and take the XF10 with me, and that's it. I left the XE4 at home, and I started to think back to when I first started to make these journal episodes. This camera was the reason why I made those first episodes. I remember the first time, or the first episode, I just had gotten this camera and I had it in my pocket, and I was walking around town and I was just living my life and then just snapping away while I was living my life. And that's how the first journal episode came about. And there was something very therapeutic about that, something very good for my soul. And I was starting to feel like I was losing touch with why I do this type of photography, these journaling type of photography. And so on this particular day, I decided that I would take the XF10 with no end game in mind. And that's what I did. First, it was just random pictures, random stuff. And at a certain point, I was walking past the church, and this woman invited me in, and she handed me a flyer. And she said, we have an exhibition today. And it was an exhibition, the outer shell to be specific, of these classic Ferraris. Just the exhibition itself was beautiful, but the fact that it was inside a church and it was contrasted by murals and pillars and the aesthetics of a classic Italian cathedral or church. Something about that contrast, I just felt like it accentuated the beauty of this exhibition even more. And so rather than, going about my way and continuing to look for great street photography photos, I decided, you know what, I just want to keep it simple, and I want to enjoy my day and just live. And so I decided to stick around. All of the images that you're going to see in today's segment, they were all shot with the XF10. All of the B-roll that you're going to see was also shot with the XF10. And they're all JPEGs. This year, my entire time in Italy, because I was traveling, I didn't want to edit the raw files. So all of the images that you've seen in this series were all JPEG images with the same Lightroom preset applied to them. It's a preset that I've created. I hope that you guys are enjoying today's episode. Here is the video, here's the segment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoy. Okay, bye.